Hi guys, today's video is a super exciting one. I told myself that I was going to record this video back before I had even 500 subscribers, and 1,000 subscribers just seemed so far away, but here we are. So I want to start off this video by saying thank you to all of you who have subscribed, whether you have been here since the beginning or you just subscribed recently. Because of you guys, I was actually approved for the YouTube partnership program. So if you see ads throughout my videos now, that's because my videos are able to be monetized, which is super cool. But I'm just genuinely grateful to have people who enjoy watching the content I create. It just feels super special. So thank you for supporting me, for liking my videos, for subscribing. I am very grateful for all of you. With that being said, if you're not subscribed and this is your first time here, hi, I'm happy you're here. Subscribe below if you'd like. But for today's video, I thought now that there's 1,000 of you, it would be nice to tell you guys a little bit more about myself. So I've actually compiled a list of 50 facts that I want to share with you guys. So if for some reason I don't answer a certain question you guys have been wondering, or if this video sparks any new questions for you, you can feel free to leave them down below, or you can follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be posting a little question box for a future Q&A video. So I always have that linked in the description. I always put my handle on the screen, so you could follow me there and ask there, or comment below and I'll answer them there. So with all that being said, let's get into these facts that you may or may not know about me. Number one, I live in Pennsylvania. I was raised in a small town outside of Philadelphia and I still live here today. I am 24 years old. I am only 5'2". I'm very short. I'm a registered nurse. I currently work at a pediatric hospital, which is something that I thought would only happen later in my nursing career, but it was actually my first job out of nursing school and I've been there for about a year and a half. I graduated from the University of Delaware in 2019 with a bachelor's degree in nursing, obviously. I was in a sorority when I was in college. I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch. I know that might seem a little weird, but I genuinely loved their clothes. They have great quality pieces. I still buy their clothes. I was also a waitress in college. I worked at a restaurant on campus when I was at school, and then I worked at a restaurant at home in my hometown during winter and summer break. I have a now fiance. When I originally made this list, it was boyfriend, but I have a fiance named Dan. We've been together for 9 years. I think this December will be 10 years. And we met when I was a freshman in high school and he was a senior, and we just recently got engaged in January. That video actually went up before this one, so you can feel free to watch that after this one. Dan and I actually moved out and bought our first house together. I'm in our bedroom right now in June of 2020. If you're curious of hearing the story about how we bought a house in the midst of a pandemic, let me know below. We can make a video on that. It's actually a pretty cool story. I have two sisters, one named Haley, who is 20, and another named Evie, who is 6. I spend majority of my time over the summers at the Jersey Shore. I was a dancer growing up, probably from the time I could stand until late middle school, and then cheerleading kind of picked up. I started cheerleading when I was maybe 6 or 7, and then I dedicated all my time to cheerleading, cheered all through high school, and then I stopped after high school. I wore braces from 7th grade until freshman year, and now I'm trying to get Invisalign, so wear your retainers, people. Your teeth will shift. I've had one surgery in my life. I broke my nose and it didn't heal right, and it's honestly probably my biggest insecurity, like my profile, so I'll eventually get that fixed. But this fact is actually about to change. I'm gonna be able to say that I got 2 surgeries because in an hour or 2 I have to leave to go get my wisdom teeth out. So I've only had 1 surgery, but I've broken 2 bones. I broke my nose and I broke my ankle, but I only wore a boot for the broken ankle. I am an Aquarius. My middle name is Lynn. It is a known fact amongst myself, my family, my friends, that I am a very, very, very indecisive person. it is what it is. I am an overthinker. I think this goes back to my indecisiveness. I tend to do this thing when I'm having a conversation with somebody where I will be interrupting them. I'm like trying to finish their sentences because I'm very like into our conversation, but I feel like it comes off as rude. So if I've done that to you, I'm sorry. It's something I'm working on. My favorite dog for sure is a golden retriever. Dan and I want one of our own. My family dog growing up was a Shiba Inu. His name was Nico. He was 15 years old when he ended up passing, so I literally had him from first grade until like college. Haley and I actually got him as a Christmas gift, which was super cute. And my family has since gotten a black lab border collie mix named Bentley, who's still a puppy, and he's crazy. I am allergic to cats, so can only see cats from a distance. I can't touch them or my eyes will swell and my throat will get all itchy and feel like it's closing, and yeah, it's just not good. I have a serious fear of bugs, all bugs. Bugs that end up indoors, outdoor bugs, ants, big bugs, every kind of bug. I don't do bugs. I used to hate drinking water. When I was in middle school, I legitimately lived off of tea cooler. I don't know how I survived. If you don't know what tea cooler is, it's the like Swiss Farms or Wawa lemonade iced tea mix. It's literally all I drank, and I had headaches all the time, so it makes sense. But now water is like all I drink. I am a complete foodie. I have to eat like every 2 hours or I get hangry. Dan jokes and says that I'm like an infant or a toddler. I eat dessert, well, something sweet, after almost every meal. 3 things that we always have in our fridge. If you come over, these will always be in our fridge. LaCroix, specifically the pamplemousse flavor. We always have a box of the jasmine rice from Trader Joe's. It's like the 3-pack frozen rice. It's so good. And probably the dark chocolate and sea salt almonds from Trader Joe's, always in the fridge. My favorite meal is breakfast. I love all breakfast food: pancakes, waffles, eggs, bagels, French toast, all the breakfast meats, everything. I'm a big breakfast gal. My favorite fast food place, as much as I want to say Chick-fil-A, is gotta be McDonald's. I get chicken nuggets with honey mustard, has to come with honey mustard, fries, and a Dr. Pepper. And Dr. Pepper, I know this isn't a fan favorite, but it's actually my favorite soda. My favorite restaurant is the Cheesecake Factory. I get the same thing every time I go. Dan and I usually switch it up with the appetizers, but I always get the miso salmon and I ask them to add teriyaki sauce to it, and then I get the tiramisu cheesecake for dessert. I physically cannot burp. Sometimes one will like sneak out here and there, but I can't make myself burp, and if I try, it just sounds like this terrible frog sound, and it's just so weird. I get car sick, so this is something that was definitely worse when I was a kid. Now I just feel like I get nauseous in the car if I'm in the car for too long, but when I was younger, my poor parents couldn't even drive an hour and a half to the beach without having to pull over so I could throw up. It was such a nuisance, and I actually didn't go on a lot of my school trips because I was scared of having to throw up in front of like my teachers and classmates, so I didn't go on a lot of my school field trips. Series I have binge watched are One Tree Hill, Gossip Girl, Friends, New Girl, Little Fires Everywhere. Recently, I watched a bunch of the Selena and Chef episodes. It's kind of a cool show. And Dan and I just watched all of Firefly Lane. It was so good. I say that I hate scary movies, but I've honestly never watched a scary movie where I wasn't like on the edge of my chair, super intrigued, liking it. So maybe I do like them. When I was little, my favorite movie was The Wizard of Oz, and I was Dorothy for Halloween for probably 4 years in a row. I listened to Britney Spears growing up, probably from age like 2 until my parents probably stopped letting me listen to her because her songs got a little bit more promiscuous, I guess you could say, but I loved Britney Spears, thought I was her, would put on concerts for my family in the living room, at family barbecues. I have plenty of embarrassing home videos as proof that I will never show, but they exist. Something I've always wanted to learn how to do is play the piano. That is like a bucket list item for me. I used to think that I was going to be a famous singer when I grew up. I love singing, I loved performing, but it definitely was not for me. So I'm a big fan of country music. I love country music. I know not everybody does, but I do. I really enjoy podcasts. I listen to them on my way to work, if I'm like cleaning around the house, at the gym, in the shower, honestly, whenever. My favorite podcast to listen to right now is the What We Said podcast. The best vacation I've ever been on is when Dan and I went to Mexico, and for a couple reasons. One, it was the most extravagant vacation we'd been on. Honestly, we've only ever been to the Jersey Shore together, so it was cool to get on a plane and travel somewhere together. And for me, it was my first time being out of the States and going to a resort, so that was super cool. And honestly, it was the best because we were going for his sister's wedding, so his entire family was there, and it was just really special. I would consider myself more of a spender than a saver, unfortunately. If I could only shop at one store for the rest of my life, it would hands down be Target. It's one of the best places in the entire world. Goes back to part of the reason why I'm a spender and not a saver. I also love thrift stores. I love going thrifting. I am definitely becoming a plant lady, plant lover, plant mom, whatever you want to call it. We have 11 real plants throughout our house and then a handful of fake ones, but I feel like we need more. I love the question, if you could have dinner with somebody dead or alive, who would it be? My answer would be my grandmother, my mom. She passed when I was a junior in high school, and we were always so close when I was a kid, and I feel like now that I'm older, my family always says how much I am turning into her with the plants and my love for makeup, and I just feel like her and I would bond so much now that I'm older, so I would love to have a dinner with her. And the last fact, probably the most simple of all facts, my favorite color, I guess right now because it always changes, is light pink or peach. Alright you guys, so that was, I hope, 50 facts about me, whether you knew them or not. I hope that you guys were able to get to know me a little bit better. Like I said, if you have any burning questions, feel free to ask them below. I just want to thank you all again for being here, for liking my videos and supporting me and subscribing. I love you guys, so if you're not subscribed, don't forget to do that before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!